Hey guys, what's up? In the SamsBrickLab, we're going to be taking to the streets to fight some crime. So, seeing the two tumblers that LEGO has revealed recently reminded me of this behemoth, which I designed back in May of 2015. And the reason why this is so large is because it was actually based on a couple of other LEGO tumblers. The reason why I didn't just build one of those was because I wanted one that had a specific function in mind. Basically one that would explode and release a Batpod, kinda like the one in the scene from that one Batman movie. And yeah, this is basically what the end result is, a massive tank of a tumbler, which might not be super accurate, but it is kind of fun to play with, I think. So obviously, at the time I designed this, flick-fire missiles were actually kind of still a big thing for LEGO at the time, so I ended up including those too, and also, as a kid, I really loved these things. I'm not really sure why, because as an actual play function, like, those spring-loaded shooters are much more effective and much more fun to launch, but hey, flick-fire missiles were what I grew up on as a kid, so yeah, still got a soft spot for them. Also, additionally, you can see this is kind of a little bit of the inner workings of the set here. There's just this kind of random gap, which I wasn't really sure what to put back here, but looking at it now, I guess you could maybe remove some of the slope pieces here and just use that as storage for like a couple of bat weapons, or maybe even a minifigure prison or something. That wouldn't exactly be accurate, but hey, if you got the room for it, why not throw it in there? And then on the back here is also this old school spring-loaded missile shooter. The one nowadays looks a little bit different, but obviously I opted to keep this one in just for the old school charm. And if you have any of these, you know how they work. You just pull the button on the back here and the missile launches out. Hopefully, since it's pretty big, you're gonna be able to find it pretty easy, but no guarantees. And then on the back here, you can see we have the jet boost engines along with these massive tires. That's pretty much it for the exterior. It's pretty plain, especially compared to the sets that LEGO actually releases, but it's basically just a vehicle for the Batpod launching function. And like I said, this was heavily inspired by the scene from that Batman movie where Batman launches out on the Batpod after his tumbler gets trashed. Basically, the way you launch the Batpod out is you lift up the main cockpit here, open up these two wheels on the sides, and press this button on the back. If this technique seems familiar, it's because I stole that directly from Kai's X1 Charger from Ninjago. But yeah, you push down on that button with a little bit of force, and out goes the Batpod. Now, originally this thing looked a lot more like the little motorcycle from Kai's X1 Charger, but once I got that Nick Fury car set, I stole Spider-Man's bike and modded it into a Batpod. Does it look exactly like the Batpod? Maybe just a tiny bit, not really. But again, its main function was to actually just launch out. And of course, since I stole the bike from Spider-Man, I just left the flying function in. I have no idea if any of the Bat bikes actually have this function in real life, or in the comics, I guess I should say. It was fun, so I just left it in there. With that out of the way, we can actually take a look at the interior here. It's got just a little bit more going on for it on the inside. As you can see, there's some clips here where you can store some Bat weapons. And then on the side, we also have some safety deposit boxes where Batman can either stash his Bat cash or even more Bat weapons. At some point, I think I actually did have some weapons in here, but, you know, as the years went on, I stole them for other builds and other minifigures. And fixing the tumbler is actually super easy. Basically, all you need to do is slide the Batpod in along the rails until the Technic pin clicks into place, and then from there you can just close the wheels up and close the cockpit. Then, the fun thing is, though, you can actually get some cool destruction poses out of this vehicle. Anyway, basically, the front wheels are attached using these click hinges, and so you can actually rotate them into a couple different positions. Not very much because of how the vehicle's constructed, but you can twist them out and to the side just a little bit, just to kind of make the destruction just a little bit more apparent. It just really looks like this thing has been hit by an RPG or something. It is pretty basic, especially comparing it to some of my much more recent builds, but I think it's honestly still pretty fun, and there's probably a reason why it survived so long, honestly. This thing has lasted 6+ years, and that's a lot longer than any of the other builds that I've ever made, so that's definitely saying something. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that other good stuff. And if you want to see more of my content, please feel free to check out the other videos on my channel, and if there's something you want to see me build, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section below, and I will see what I can do. Again, that's all I have for you guys today, so I will see you next time.